Yo, it is hailing out here and raining. And look, they're not going anywhere. You know why? Because Black Lives Matter. I would like to share with you my experience going down to Washington, D.C. I'm so glad I was able to be down there while they christened the streets with the Black Lives Matter mantra leading its way to the White House. Yes, we're angry. Yes, we're inspired. I really wanted to have conversation. I approached a guy who was outside with his daughter on his shoulders at the Black Lives Matter Plaza, and I learned something, that there were protests that were happening in Liverpool, in Britain, in 1981. And in 1984, they happened again. This gentleman that I spoke to says that his father was one of the individuals who led this protest, which led to riots in Toxteth, England.
My dad, Delroy Burris, started the race riots in 1984 in Liverpool. And we had to move to London because of that. And so it's kind of like reintegration of the same message 40 years later. Sad.
This community has gone through too much racial harassment in this society, even as Black British, too much economic deprivation. And now in 85, our youth have become politically aware. They fought in 81 on the streets and beat the enemy, which was the police front, because they were there to oppress the Black community. I mean, you see pictures on South Africa, the way the police used to go in and work it to the Black people, you know, with whips and everything. Let me tell you, before 81, the scene wasn't much different in Liverpool 8.
It's important to note that the same year that these riots took place in Toxteth, England, was the same year that Mumia Abu-Jamal was arrested for the death of a police officer in Philadelphia. It's an accusation that he has pleaded not guilty to, but is still serving life in prison. So yes, we know that there's parallels of racism and injustice targeted toward Black people around the world. I think it was powerful to see that the son of a revolutionary from England was 2 blocks away from the White House with his daughter sitting on his shoulders and exposing her to the revolution that was taking place here in the States.
I'm retired from the U.S. Army, and I'm an immigrant, and I can't believe this man is in office. And I want my little girl to see history, and be a part of history, and be a part of change, because it's her future.
But you say your father led in 1984. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So my father is Delroy Burris. I'm from a place in Liverpool called Toxteth, a Jamaican neighborhood that was riddled by riots in 1984. And my father was one of the people who started the riots against the white police coming into Black neighborhoods beating us. So they started setting traps and booby fires, and once the police would come in, they'd stone them, beat them, and they had riots. I ended up coming to America to go to college, and then I joined the Army because my mother didn't want me to be the first man, the only man in my family not to go to prison. I'm the only one to get a college education.
Out of how many?
All 50 plus.
Majestic struggle there.
So it just goes to show you that racism is transcontinental. Is transcontinental. Racism is transcontinental.
Church day after day.
So it's just me setting a higher standard for her.
I wish I had known more about the riots at the time, but I wanted to have respect for the fact that he wanted to share this moment with his daughter, and I didn't want to impose too much on their time. So I thank him for allowing me to share this conversation with you. I'm working on a project, and I'd like to ask about the narrative of Black men as fathers. What is your role as a father? How would you categorize fatherhood? You know,
fatherhood. See, the fatherhood as a Black man has been stolen from the Black man, theoretically. But the Black man's always been there. They've locked us up, they put us in jail, but we've been fathers from behind jail from distance. Now Black men are stepping to the forefront. This is my best friend. I set the standard, her boyfriend, her father figure. I set the standard for every man that comes behind me. So I'm no different than any other man being a father. I share life with her. I gave her life.
when did you saw that video and countless other videos, did you see yourself in that, or how did you identify with that?
Yeah, she's already scared of the police. When we're driving, she sees the police, she ducks, and she's 5.
That's not good.
That's not taught.
Now, I see that you have locks, your fair skin, somewhat lighter than me. How do you identify yourself in this country?
I'm West Indian, but I'm a Black man. I'm a human. Black lives matter. And no matter how light or how dark, you're still a black man. Because white people don't ask you how black you are. They just say, what are you?
Right now, we're standing on Black Lives Matter Plaza. What do you think about that?
I'm glad Chocolate City is leading the way. We set the tone for the rest of the nation. Black Lives Matter in the nation's capital. Tell them what you think about Donald Trump.
With its public servants who happen to be sanitation workers.
He's what?
He's an idiot.
This is what you do. You let your kids experience the reality of life. You don't hide from it. My father used to say colonialism is the currency of the Americans, the Europeans, and the Dutch. So a lot of Americans unfortunately don't understand geography. So when you pull the British pound, the most powerful currency in the world, out of a third world country, poverty is soon to be stricken. And so that's when the mass migration to England with the Jamaicans and all the West Indians, because they had to follow the currency because they couldn't provide for their families. No different than what's going on here with gentrification. Very exact same thing. Look at Chocolate City now. U Street ain't the U Street of the riots. And, you know, back in the old days when I first moved here, you live on Southeast, other side of the river. Now white folks are dying to get in the East End costume. You can't even get a row house for $1 million over there.
We have been immersed.
And the irony is Malcolm X, Malcolm X Avenue, Malcolm Luther King Drive, and Frederick Douglass are all over there. Frederick Douglass New Bridge. So the question to you is MLK, Frederick Douglass New Bridge for white people to get out or get in to the New South as they rebrand?
Singing over my head, I see freedom in there.
We're going to leave that one open-ended. Next. What needs to happen? You know?
I don't know. I'm not a world leader. I just know what I know. I'm showing her what I think she needs to happen for her lifetime. Showing her the example, setting the right example for her to follow. Not to stand up for what's right. Seeing this on TV is one thing. Being here in person is another thing. She'll remember this forever. Setting an example just like that. Actions louder than words. Politicians talk a good game. Very few do a good game. What Mayor Marion did today with Black Lives Matter Avenue and Black Lives leading to the White House, I salute her wholeheartedly. And I had to bring my little girl here to see that.
How many black people have been killed by police in the last couple of months? How many black people have been killed by white imperialistic governments over the years? And now you're talking about one policeman now in your time. How many of my black people have been killed? Is anybody grieving for them? Is anybody grieving for them? We're still conscious of that legacy. What you do give out in life comes back to you.
The Granby Street area is different in many ways from other immigrant inner-city ghettos. Firstly, the black community has been settled here for several generations. What sometimes confuses outsiders even further is that many people here are of mixed race but always called black. That many people here are of mixed race but always called black.
Madam, thank you.
Whatever the colour, this seems to be a genuinely caring society with no internal racial tension.
We just look upon ourselves as individuals, being blindly and trying to make a good living and living together. And I haven't found any difficulties whatsoever or any obstacles in my way.
Hello from the top to say the cheery smiles. Hello from the top to say the sparkling eyes. Come to dinner, come to tea. We're not cannibals, can you see? We're not muggers, can you see? We're not drug pushers, can you see? We're not rioters, can you see? We come from Toxteth, can you see? The daily papers, they lie daily, can you see? You can see. Come on, lad.
It's raining. Are you going anywhere?
I'm not going anywhere.
Why not?